I'm Warren Judge. I chair the Dare County Board of Commissioners, and I am in charge of the weather today.
You've done good.
Governor, thank you for being here. We welcome you so very much. We appreciate that you're here with us today. I'd like to take a moment and introduce my colleagues. To my right, Commissioner Virginia Tillett, Commissioner Bob Woodard, and Commissioner Max Dutton. To my left, we have Chairman of the Dare County Tourism Board, Monica Thibodeau, and the Mayor of Kitty Hawk, Gary Perry. Thank you all for being with us today. What a beautiful day, what a great location. We're here today to talk about tourism. You know, it all started here, Governor. Our sister state to the north likes to claim that they had the first settlement, but we know where the first settlement was. It was right here in Dare County. And, I feel honored today that I'm doing the welcoming, because I think back to Chief Wanchese and Chief Manio, who were the first people in tourism, Monica, as they welcomed the colonists from England. That's right, the first tourist director, Chief Wanchese and Chief Manio. And Sir Walter Raleigh took them back to England with them. What a great backdrop, the Bonner Bridge, the famous Bonner Bridge that connects two huge cogs in the wheel to our state tourism economy. Governor, it connects Body Island and everything north of Oregon Inlet, to include Roanoke Island and the mainland of Dare, to Hatteras Island. Hatteras Island is extremely important to this county's economy. It represents 25% of our tourism industry lodging dollars in a $400 million lodging economy in Dare County that contributes to over $1 billion in our Dare County economy. So thank you for joining us today. It's now my pleasure to introduce Monica Thibodeau, Chairman of the Dare County Tourism Board.
Thank you, Commissioner Judge. Welcome, Governor. It's a pleasure to welcome you on this gorgeous day. Welcome all of our distinguished guests today. And we're ready to welcome many, many more as the season starts very soon. Everyone's endured a fairly rough winter, and I know everyone is going to be looking forward to having some great time here on the Outer Banks. We're excited to welcome everybody when they do get here. And as our chairman has said, we offer so many wonderful historical, natural beauty here. It's just a wonderful place for people to be able to come, and we're really so honored to have you, sir, to focus on the Outer Banks, the importance of the tourism during Tourism Week. As chairman of the Tourism Board, we're proud of the work that we've been doing to promote tourism in the season, but also in our shoulder seasons, which is one of our mandates, and we've got some exciting programs happening almost all year long now. So it's a really great destination. We're working hard to make sure that when our guests get here, that they have a wonderful, safe, enjoyable time, and plenty of weather like this. So thank you again for being here. We're excited to have you showcase our area, and we're really very thankful that you've come to share this day with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. We appreciate those remarks. I'd like to recognize our sheriff, Sheriff Dowdy. Thank you for being with us today. That's right, the High Sheriff. Yes, sir.
He's always on the high hill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always looking out, protecting us. It is an exciting day for us. You know, we've had the governor's been so attentive to us in Dare County. Twice last year in March, when we were having terrible problems with the road being washed out in Rodanthe, and then again in December when we took them out on top of the bridge when DOT had closed the bridge because of the scour. And that was a ferocious. Both days were ferocious. We were standing on the sand dune in Rodanthe, and the governor said, "Warren, are we going to get wet?" I said, "In about 30 minutes, you're going to be underwater." And then he went on, and he and Secretary Taylor hosted a town hall meeting in Manio, and then back down here in December when we had the crises with the vent that needed to be filled in. So he's no stranger to us. We're very appreciative of him. The great news is why he's here today, to talk about this economy of ours, this tourism economy of ours, and we are we are proud of what Dare County represents in the statewide industry. So as the governor begins to talk about the dollars and figures, y'all take great pride because you represent 1/20th of that statewide. So there's a lot for us to be proud of. And Governor, it's my pleasure to introduce you, and let's give him a great Dare County welcome.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Sheriff. I don't want you between here and the airport now. I'll wait to pledge you, Governor. It's great having my toes in the sand right here in Dare County, because this is what it's all about. The last 2 visits I've had here, I don't think I had this opportunity. I also want to let you know that Secretary Tate was planning to come here, but he's actually walking the halls of Washington, D.C. today lobbying for the transportation bill, because it is crucial for North Carolina, it's crucial for the eastern coast here in the Outer Banks that we get a transportation bill passed in Congress. We're very concerned if those appropriations aren't passed that North Carolina's transportation industry is going to suffer, and we won't get the necessary road money that we desperately need right now. So Secretary Tate's priority is in D.C. He's meeting with every member of our delegation, stressing the importance. So he wanted to come here, but he sent his right-hand person, Nick Tennyson, who's Deputy Secretary, doing a great job. Former Mayor of Durham, North Carolina. He's a great part of our team. So y'all give Nick Tennyson a round of applause. It's great to have him here. He won't take off his shoes like I did. I'd like to officially proclaim as governor that the long, hard winter is finally over. All right? That's it. No more. No matter what. You hear me up there? This has been a tough winter. But I'm telling you right now, the Carolina comeback continues. We're getting some great job and economic news in North Carolina during this past year. Just over a year ago, we were the 5th highest unemployment rate in the country. We're now not even in the top 35. Our unemployment rate for the first time in 8 years is now below the national average as of about 3 weeks ago. For the first time in 8 years, our unemployment is below the national average. And let me tell you, we're depending upon 3 major industries to continue this Carolina comeback. One is we firmly believe the agricultural industry is coming back and help leading us out of the recession. We can never forget the agricultural community. The other industry is manufacturing. A lot of people gave up on manufacturing. I'm a firm believer in helping those industries that make things, that build things, that produce things, that innovate things. And manufacturing's create a lot of jobs. And let me tell you, the other very, very important one for North Carolina is travel and tourism. Wouldn't you agree? And this area right here is the lead. The Dare County is the capital of travel and tourism right now. And it's just great to see the buses full of people coming, the hotels filling up, the fishing piers, people out there in the morning right now. This is what it's all about. And I just want to encourage the people of North Carolina to pack up, take a few weeks off, come down to the Outer Banks, come down and enjoy the great waters here in North Carolina. And we also want to encourage the people from Maine and Canada, New Jersey. The winter's still up there right now. It's time to come to North Carolina and get out your wallets and spend some money. Listen, all of us who grew up in North Carolina have fond memories of coming out here to the Outer Banks and seeing the history and seeing the beautiful nature and seeing the water, hearing about the first colony. And so this place is ingrained in the hearts of school children throughout North Carolina. And now that they've become adults, we want them to come here and enjoy it and enjoy the next generation. And there are so many great activities going on in this area. And I'm proud to also announce that we're trying to help with ferry service out to the lighthouse, and we're doing some great things. Nick Tennyson and Travel and Tourism are doing some great work there. We've got the aquarium, some of the new exhibits at the aquarium with turtles and everything else. It's so exciting. So we're constantly adding to some of the travel and tourism opportunities and reasons to come to the Outer Banks. And I just want to stress to you how important travel and tourism has been in the Carolina comeback. One reason we're going to be able to give teacher pay raises is because travel and tourism is starting to come back in North Carolina, and that brought more revenue, especially sales tax revenue, into our budget this year, and that's why we were able to announce some of the things that we're planning to do regarding teachers. So you are important for getting teacher raises. Travel and tourism money helps give teacher raises because the sales tax is an important part of our travel and tourism dollars. And locally here also the hotel motel revenue is very, very important for local government. But right now, this past year, we've got some special things we'd like to talk about, some stats that we just got in. We've had a 4% increase in visitor spending in North Carolina in travel and tourism. $20.2 billion in travel and tourism dollars. That's a 4% increase. That helped provide more money for infrastructure and for education. 200,000 jobs for North Carolinians, jobs in all 100 counties of the state in travel and tourism. That's a 2% increase from 2012. $55 million in visitor spending per day, and more than 40,000 businesses that directly serve travelers. We've got some great businesses in the boat business right here. Big boats too. We love the big boats. It's fantastic. And also we're having a 16% increase from the year before. 52 million travelers visited our great state in 2013. 16% increase. That's good news. $1 billion in state taxes to the general fund, which is a 4% increase. Now you're understanding why I got to make some announcements yesterday on teachers. $597 million in local taxes for communities across North Carolina, a $435 saving for each household in state and local taxes. That's great news. And now we're the 6th most visited state in the country for domestic travel. And this is the entry point right here for the high population centers in the Northeast. This is the entry point. And believe me, we want to keep that entry point. And we need your help in keeping some of that entry point. And that's where I just want to briefly bring up one important subject that Nick and I and all of us are working on, and that's the importance of the Bonner Bridge to travel and tourism. Do y'all agree?
Yes, sir.
I've been getting a few phone calls from all of y'all in the last couple of weeks. Let me tell you, your chairman and your sheriff and fishermen and other people have been calling me up and said, listen, we need help right here. We're having boats banging to the bridge here, not getting out. And that's travel and tourism. That's a very, very important to travel and tourism. And the fishing tournaments coming down the road, we got to get them out here. And so I just want to let you know we're working very hard on the Bonner Bridge. We cannot afford to have this shut down during peak tourism season. It was rough enough during the winter time. We cannot afford to have that bridge shut down. So Nick Tennyson, myself, and Tony Tata, we're working aggressively. We're working aggressively for the suits, and going through the legal process, and we're moving as quickly as possible so we can get a new bridge. Isn't that right? Then we're going to use the old bridge, I believe, for fishing in the future. Part of the old bridge for fishing. So we're going to have a win-win situation. We'll use part of the old bridge for continued fishing. We'll have a new bridge which will also help the boats get in and out in a safe manner, because right now it's extremely dangerous for these boats to get out. And they're literally having to guess the currents and guess the depth of the water. You've told me this directly, and it is not safe right now. So anyone that's trying to hold up this bridge is doing harm to the public safety of our boaters, is doing harm to our economy, and is doing I think long-term harm to our environment. So we're going to work together. This has been a bipartisan team effort to get this bridge built together. We need your help, those who are watching in the business community. Sheriff, we need your help too. Get the Bonner Bridge, a new Bonner Bridge, right? Yeah. We got it. This bridge continues to be on borrowed time. The longer we wait, the more dangerous it gets. Tony Tata is committed to making it happen, and so is Nick Tennyson. So, I got to tell you, we've got travel and tourism not just here in the Outer Banks. I've got to also sell the mountains and the Piedmonts and the metropolitan areas. It's all important. We all feed upon each other. One North Carolina in travel tourism. So we're committed to maintaining the great travel and tourism reputation. Sharon Decker, my Commerce Secretary, is making a major effort for the branding of North Carolina and having travel and tourism being a major part of that brand. We're going to be introducing our new brand for travel and tourism and economic development at the U.S. Open in Pinehurst in June, the men's and women's. And believe me, the Outer Banks will be a part of that. You not only have great water and great fishing and you have great golf in this area too, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm a golfer, so we love that. So let's work together. Let's work together on the bridge. Let's work together in promoting the Outer Banks and other parts of North Carolina. And let's enjoy the great weather that we have right here in the Carolinas. God bless each one of you. Thank you very much. And on behalf of the state of North Carolina, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I have an official proclamation for you.
Oh, wonderful.
Pat McCrory, by the governor of the state of North Carolina, have an official proclamation where it talks about all the jobs that we're creating. It's selling North Carolina, because a lot of people didn't come visit here to the Outer Banks. They go, you know what? I think I can bring my business here too.
That's right.
This is fantastic. So it is an honor of me to proclaim May 3rd through 11th, 2014 as North Carolina Travel and Tourism Week. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, now you got to take off your shoes. There you go.
Thank you so much. In case y'all didn't see, the governor does have his toes in the sand, and we thank you for that.
Refuse to wear dark shoes on the beach.
Great man. Thank you. Thank you for those remarks. Thank you for being with us today.